Trying something new there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And if you aren't already subscribed or if you're just new to the channel, consider subscribing and leaving a like. But anyways, let's get right into the brand new reveals for LEGO Star Wars. Ooh, tricked you there. First, before I get into that, I did want to quickly rehash/update some of the leaks that I've covered throughout my previous 3 videos. It's spread across 3 videos, so if you don't know anything about that, you don't have to go check those out. You can just watch what I'm about to say right now. But if you just want to get to these sets that have been revealed that have not been covered yet, I'll put a timestamp there and you can just skip directly to it. We'll start by discussing the Super Star Destroyer, as that is probably going to be the most interesting piece of news to those who have not heard about it yet, or those who are still confused as to the legitimacy of the set. After a few days of discussion, it has been revealed that it is in fact a real image, as pictures of the Super Star Destroyer are getting taken down by the LEGO team. So this obviously implies that it is a real set, and for those wondering, as I was kind of pointing out, the picture looked like it had been AI, and there's reason for that. Someone had gone over it with a AI tool to get rid of the confidential tag, and in turn that did manipulate some of the bricks on the set. But anyways, what this means is this is a real image of the preliminary version of the Super Star Destroyer. So this is kind of gonna be like the base model of what we should end up seeing the final version being, albeit there should be a few changes and kind of tweaks to the set as the months progress. Of course, we had the 3 Mando sets that got revealed almost a week ago now. If you haven't seen those yet, that is the Razor Crest, the ATRT Attack, and the new Grogu. Let me know what you guys think about that. But another rumor that I'm most excited about is regarding the Imperial Shuttle. It's a $140 set with 931 pieces, and something to note, this is a larger piece count than the 2015 model, which a lot of people cite to be the peak of the Imperial Shuttle for the play scale size. Our last Imperial Shuttle came in 2021 and it only had 3 minifigures, and this one is doubling that minifigure count with 6. You're gonna get Din Djarin or the Mandalorian, and you're also getting 2 Stormtroopers, Moff Gideon, Fennec Shand, and Dr. Pershings. And I honestly think this is a great combination of figures, although we never see them all on screen together. It's definitely fun to get a lot of really sought after and named characters, as well as some Stormtroopers to bolster the army. And I should note that Pershings is going to be a character that we have never seen in LEGO. Another thing to note is the Fennec Shand. I really hope it does end up having the helmet piece, because in a lot of iterations of her character, she's just been given the hairpiece instead of that dual molded helmet piece, which the dual molded helmet piece has only been in 1 set, I believe, and it looks phenomenal. 2 new sets for the Mandalorian movie have leaked. The first one, which is the set that only leaked about an hour ago, coming in from the Walmart website, is the X-wing. And this is actually a phenomenal model of the X-wing. It is very much akin to the 2021 version, which a lot of people do love. And I gotta admit, I really like the design of this. It's a simple Star Wars set. You can't be mad about it, other than maybe the price point, with this being $70 American. But even then, this isn't the worst overprice. I definitely think maybe $10, $15 less. This is a $50, maybe $60 set. 70 is definitely pushing it. But anyways, you get 3 minifigures. It appears 2 Rebel pilots, as well as an astromech droid. And I really love the blue detailing on the set. And while it is a small little side edition, nothing too crazy, I always love when LEGO includes a fun little bit, and in this case, that would be the ladder to get into the X-wing. It's not only fun to get extra value as a consumer, but I think for kids, it adds a bunch of playability. I remember when I was a kid, 2015, 13 or whatever, 2015, oh my god, I was 10 in 2015, dude, holy, yeah. Anyways, 2015, I got the Naboo Starfighter, and I fell in love with it, not only because the build itself was amazing, but because of all the side builds. You got a bunch of characters, droidicas, a fueling station, a station for your ammunition, a place to put the ship. Like, I love when LEGO includes these little side builds, and I love it here. Also, something I should note, some of you may notice that the astromech droid included here is similar to the ARC 170 version, but it was stated by someone that it is not a copy, so the one in the ARC 170 is still, like, unique to that set. This looks similar, but apparently it's supposed to have some slight variations. The next set that leaked is the Anzelin Starship, and this is a $70 set with 701 pieces. Actually, I should correct, $75. And it's going to include 3 micro figures, as you get 2 of the Anzelins, which is Babu Frick's species, as well as Grogu. And while they don't count it on the box, you also get a battle droid. And I want to note it is the same like design in terms of colors as the one you got from the Advent calendar of 2025. But anyways, looking at the ship itself, it's a very, very, very nice and sleek design in my opinion. I really like these type of obscure ships that do look very nice, but that's just what it is. It's an obscure ship, and I think the sales may not go too crazy on this, as despite the very nice building techniques on this one, I think a lot of people are going to be swayed by no actual minifigures in this, as well as the fact that it's not an iconic ship. Especially with stuff like the Imperial Shuttle and the Sandcrawler that we'll be seeing later this year, and an AT-AT. I just don't know how this one will hold up against other sets, but again, I do still think it's a little overpriced given the fact there's no minifigures, but overall, I do really like the design of this ship. It reminds me a lot of the 2020 set where it was the ship that was at Galaxy's Edge that included like, oh my god, I can't remember who it was. It was a bunch of pirates and stuff, but everyone complained that it didn't have Hondo Ohnaka. It definitely should have. But it reminds me of that, where it's like an obscure ship, but a really like satisfying build to me. The curves on it look really nice. Pause. Anyways, something I do also want to note about this set is the interior. The interior is specifically designed for the miniature, or I guess minifigures, the micro figures, like the Grogu, Babu Frick size figures, and I really kind of dig this idea. It almost makes the interior feel more spacious and like you can do more with it. But then again, once you put an actual figure in there, it's not going to look like too great. And I don't think it can fit an actual figure inside of it other than maybe the cockpit. But yeah, definitely a set I don't think is going to go too crazy, but still nice nonetheless. And the last one here is not a reveal, but it is more information regarding the Sandcrawler. It is coming out in August. It is going to cost it's going to cost $200, definitely a high price tag, but I'll give more information in the set. It has 1,700 pieces or 1,700 pieces. And if you guys want a comparison of that, the 2018 model that was kind of downsized from the model prior to that had 1,238 pieces, but I'll kind of go a little more into how I think this piece count will end up working out. But regarding the figures, we are going to get a Grogu, of course, and just some information. It is based off the Mandalorian Season 1 as opposed to the movie, but it is still a Mandalorian set. But anyways, figs. Grogu, you get a Muddy Mando, which I really love that. It's a Season 1, so you're going to get his early season armor in a muddy variation. We're getting a ton of Mandos in the Beskar armor, which, yeah, they're great figures with the helmet print and the arm print, but they're going to be like, you're going to see like 8 sets with them, so it's really sick to get a set where you get a fun variation of the character. You also get Queel, which is going to be the first time we see him since the UCS Razor Crest, another really exciting one. And apparently 3 gray Jawas. Now, I do want to note that they do not mention any droids included in this, which if there aren't any droids in a Sandcrawler, I'll be a little disappointed. But yeah, I want to kind of point out the piece count. While I do think the piece count could hint at maybe a big like build for the Sandcrawler, I think what is actually going to happen is it's going to be a similar piece count to the 2018 model with a similar size, but that other 500 pieces or 400 pieces are going to be given to building a buildable Mudhorn, which would make sense given the fact that in the picture here they show the Jawa with a Mudhorn egg, which maybe could be a fun piece they include in the set, who knows. But you also get the Muddy Mando, and it's based off Season 1, and we all know the Sandcrawler leads to his fight with the Mudhorn. So I actually really like that. I do really like seeing this type of set where you get a big build, a big beast. I think it's been a while since we've gotten a set like that, if ever. And I really like the idea behind this set, but $200 USD for me, I'm Canadian, so that's going to end up being like $250. That's almost reaching like UCS level. Like that was almost the level of the ATST. So I love it, but I'm definitely going to have to get my eyes on it first, see what it looks like, and see if maybe we can get a sale on it. But yeah, anyways, that's all we have. Hope you guys enjoyed. I always love bringing you this type of content because I also get to talk to you guys in the comments about what you're most excited for. If you haven't already told me, what are you most excited for? For me, realistically, it's probably the Imperial Shuttle. As cool as the Super Star Destroyer is, it's probably going to end up being like $700, $800. I don't know if I have the disposable income to spend that as a student. So definitely cool, but I don't know if I'll be getting it unless Bosk is in it. I'm a big Bosk fan, so maybe. But anyways, I've been giving you guys lists. I don't know how many of you guys have been doing them for just media, just to, I don't know, throw it out there, just stuff I like, see if you guys like it. And I gotta think, what do I want to give you guys to work on as homework? Not even homework, but just go watch or listen to. For me, I think I definitely want you guys, probably should have thought this out, but I want you guys to read The Road by Cormac McCarthy. That is a longer book, but it's a good book. And reading, it's a skill, It's a skill, and it's a fun pastime, and it makes you feel good. I know I sound like an old man or a nerd, but a lot of the stuff, working out, reading, makes you feel better. So give it a shot, and stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. See you in the next one.